Everybody, I've got a couple of cases of Everfest. I was supposed to, well, I have more than that. I'm saying we're gonna open 2 cases of Everfest. I was streaming last night. We got pretty tired. It was like 1 in the morning, and thought I'd record a high def video. Have a discussion. I prefer that over streaming for this type of stuff. And some impressions, some market updates, thoughts, feelings, emotions. Hope everyone's doing well. This set is mind-blowing. People are, the volume of people opening and posts and everything is much higher than the last set, Tales of Aria, for sure. The flavor, the cards that are playable, etc. I've changed my lighting setup, by the way. Let's see if we can see some foils a bit better. That's a very good first hit. Winds of Eternity, majestic foil. So we spent yesterday at Blood Rush up on the central coast of Australia. It's New South Wales, I should say. We did our Christmas unboxing where everyone got a box of Everfest. We split all the loot. And that was good. Everyone got a lot of the stuff that they wanted. So then we played. There was 14 of us with 13 different heroes played. There was a KO Benji. I played Icelander. There was an Oldham. I can't remember everyone else because, full room and stuff. I'm sure there was an Ira. I'm sure there was a Kasai. Very, very cool. Obviously, we're all, most of us there are not super competitive players, and it's not a competitive environment. But, we just built our decks, basically. Not a lot of deck lists or anything, and that's right. A KO went 4-0, and Azalea went, okay, this lighting's way better. Philip, a viewer of ours, helped me out, and yeah, it's a lot better than it was. But yeah, Azalea was tearing stuff up. Only got killed by a KO in one turn. KO can do that. You roll a couple of 6s and it's extremely difficult to come back when KO gets rolling. My thoughts on the set are clear. It's amazing. The chase cards are awesome. Starting to see a pattern. Bingo foil. Bingo foil is extremely rare. Skullcap, legendary. I want to keep opening till I hit a guard pack. I'm really interested in seeing what. I haven't hit a 3 majestic pack. The one that I posted was a friend, an owner of a store that we play at, Chromatic. Shout out to Andy. So I personally haven't seen a triple majestic pack yet, but I imagine you can get double majestic legendary. I imagine you can get majestic, fabled, legendary, majestic, fabled. Anyway, there's some sick combinations. Just a triple majestic would be cool to capture, so we'll keep opening till we do, huh? Not today. I'm only opening these 2 cases. This is a great box so far. I did post up in the North America chat, the market discussion Facebook group, asking if people can still order Everfest. I think in Australia we can. But, there we go. Extended art, rune blood incantation, I should say. But again, sometimes if the distributor has on their website that you can order, doesn't actually mean you can. You put the order, it's whether they fulfill it or not. But it's interesting, a lot of stores in the US can't order more. They've been told to wait for unlimited. I hope that means they're actually out of stock and not distributors holding stock like they did with Monarch. But we'll see. Time will tell. Just for sheer volume from my own circle and friends and what I'm seeing on socials is this set is probably their most successful. It's definitely the most talked about if it's not their most successful. So congratulations, LSS. Great set. I still have to build a CC deck. I still have to even touch the warrior cards. I haven't even started. I've just been playing Icelander. Fun, very fun deck. I've got the disruption part very well down pat. The problem is I'm not killing anyone. So I need to balance out my deck, I think, with a few more reds. So I'm playing Fork Lightning and trying to pump the damage, but you know, if I don't, I accidentally arsenaled Fork Lightning, and on Icelander, that's a death sentence. Speaking of, I don't see this often, actually. The weapon itself is not that common to pull in non-cold foil. Market-wise, I actually had a graded 9.5. Why am I having a mental blank? A grandeur gem. That sold for 990 Australian dollars, if you want to do some maths to convert to your local currency. Not bad. It was a 9.5 basic. I graded it a day before release day. I thought it'd be a cool thing to quickly check the market and see what people think. They're going for like 500 Australian dollars, 500 to 600. So this is box 2, case 1, guys. I think 900 is a pretty good price. I remember Cautions were 1,500 but dropped very quickly and have now, like, they're sitting at, what, 450. So they're around. So right now the Fabled is doing well. My opinion is it might be undervalued because it's basically pitching for 4. Creates a Seismic Surge token, which is a Guardian resource you can use on the next turn. So you're pitching now to play later. Shadow. Undervalued, I think. But we won't know because, you know, people are still opening. There's a lot of stuff on the market. A lot of people selling their pulls. Once everything settles, when you can't actually buy the product anymore, when people that have bought their Fable to hold in it and not selling it, it's possible that the pricing for some of this stuff will still surprise us. That's what I think. Speculation. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's just what I think could happen. Cold foil Heaven Call. First cold foil in 2 boxes. The Arcanite Skullcap reprint is obviously not cold foil. So double Majestic pack. The double Majestic packs seem significantly more common than other sets, but the triple is possible, just I haven't been lucky with one yet. 2 foil Majestics. Neither are full art. I don't even think I've seen every full art Majestic yet. So I actually am missing for my full set is a foil bingo. I'd like to pull one of them. Other than that, not really missing anything. I'm going to tinker today with Warrior, build a CC deck for Dorinthia. Everyone's saying axes or sabers. I really don't see myself ever playing Dorinthia without the Dawnblade. Maybe to my own detriment, but being able to build counters and really punish people for... Basically, if you make one mistake against Dorinthia and you let her get a counter, you then have to possibly overblock to get rid of it, but that really puts tempo back for Dorinthia. So I like that playstyle. I like the mind game playstyle versus like Vexing Quillhand. Majestic Cult Foil. First one of the case. That's what I'm going to build. Although I'm thinking of maybe trying some new stuff too. Everfest is really... So again, 14 people, 13 heroes last night. It seems like, especially in Blitz, things have been blown wide open as to what you can play and what works. And this is like, again, day 1. Be interesting to see what the next few weeks and armories and skirmishes and who's winning with what decks. Obviously waiting on content from all the pros. Foil Icelander. That went in the wrong slot. With deck techs and stuff, because I'm still one of those people. I still need to watch stuff to learn. I don't really... I can build a deck, but all the synergies, and I don't actually know every card in the game off the top of my head kind of thing, so it's not that easy to build a deck unless you're sort of across everything. But yeah, very, very interested to see what comes out, what happens with Everfest cards, if they really change builds, if certain classes that were not competitive actually go to S tier. Break Tide. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Very, very, very excited to see, actually. I love... There we go, 100 wins. Extended art rare. Last pack. Zoom in. And our last Majestic. Alright, 2 boxes left in this case. So yeah, I was talking about the market. The Bravo cold foil is like one of the better performing cards. It's like at 300 US, 250 to 300 US. Everyone wants it. I think for 2 reasons. I think it's already a hero people would have wanted to build. Anyone that was maining Oldham or Bravo before probably is very, very keen to try out the new CC hero with the triple elements and that absolutely massive card pool. Imposing foil Majestic. So I think there's like a double thing. It's like collectors, but also people that don't open boxes, but they are hardcore players, still want to pick that hero up. And I think even the token version, the non-foil version, is like $10 or something. Correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't looked since like 2 days ago, whenever the pricing started to pop up for pre-orders. T-Bone and Earthlore Bounty, non-foil. That's a rare card to hit too in the extended art. So if you do manage to get it in cold foil, it's always extended. Nerves of Steel. Have some plans for the channel. Some are going to take longer than others. The lighting getting fixed was step 1, and I think we're doing okay. Really keen to do some... There we go, extended out. This is the second one for this box. Don't mind. Very keen to do some more interview content. Maybe like a podcast type thing with Tall Timmy. Definitely maybe want to have another chat with Silly Turtle if you're out there. It's been a while since I've seen him in the stream chat, but he's a busy man, you know. Want to do more player content, set up some streaming stuff when I'm out at events and stream games and talk about decks people are playing, and like it is a big part of my interaction with Fab is playing. I don't record a lot of it because I'm trying to actually enjoy myself. I don't want it to become I always have a camera out. I think it takes away from the fun for me. But I think with the right setup, if it's easy and mobile, then that'd be cool. Thinking maybe like a GoPro, chest mount, a head mount or something. Or just set up the phone like I do for unboxings. But we'll see. They're all in the pipeline. There's the Pro Quest coming up. There's then the Calling. Is it a Calling in Indianapolis? I don't remember what it's called. But then there's also the Pro Tour in New Jersey. That's nearly 100% I'll be there. So if you're heading there or you live around there or whatever the case may be, I think it's looking to be, well, it's going to be the first Pro Tour. Everyone from LSS is going, including James White, which would be sick. There's like some dinner they're doing afterwards. There's an alpha draft. There's a commoner, some commoner events. There's like everything happening. I think it would be, if you can make it, would be silly to miss the first one. You're even going to get some sleeves to commemorate Pro Tour 1. There's cosplay promos being given out. There's unique promos for the event. There's a lot of stuff. You need to go read it on the Fab website. Super excited for that. So no big spicy hit in this box. I mean, there's our token cold foil. Not disappointed. I don't mind that the rare cold foil amulets are common. Like, again, you can't have like everything be super rare and expensive, right? I think they're cool. I think they're very collectible. Are they all playable? No, not yet. I think there's a handful of them that will see some play. Icelander has a good mechanic to put them into play through Arsenal, with the blue ones anyway. But yeah, obviously low value. I think they're gonna sit at like $10 forever. It's not the worst thing. I like that it's not. Like they are playable, if that makes sense. While a lot of the common cold foil equipment is just collectible, no one is gonna really play it. While these in cold foil are cheap enough that you'll see them in decks, if people want to use them, that is. But we'll see. I've got some potions in my Icelander deck. I think I'm going to swap them for some more damage dealing stuff, just because that seems to be what I need. But I think I will keep one or two in the Blitz deck, because being able to play... Ooh, what's this? Legendary Silver Palms. I think that's a foil. It is. Alright. So 2 legendaries in this case. So if we'd hit Majestic, that would have been a very sick pack, because we got a Majestic and a Legendary in one. Zoom in. Let's talk about Silver Palms while it's out on the screen. I think the card is overpowered. Just not in the format that I play. But it's not hard to build around keeping your health above everyone else's. Right, you just run healing potions, red, yellow, blue sigils if you want. Tome of Findle. Like, there's many ways to gain health in the game. Yes, at the detriment of dealing damage sometimes, but if your whole job is to feed cards to your team, that's a really good way to do it. And, you know, at the start of each hero's turn, when they have less health than you, they draw a card and you get a silver. So let's say like Ultimate Pit Fight as an example. If you're playing with 5 people, they probably won't attack you because they want to be able to pull. Yeah, there we go, cold foil and the Majestic behind it. Like, they might not hit you because you're not the big threat on the board, but they also want to keep your health up. So you can just focus on playing your cards, as in getting rid of all the cards that give you health. Everyone draws a card, you're building up silvers. When it's just you and one other person left and you got like 20 silvers, you cash them in. Oops, that's in the wrong place. You cash them in, you draw up you draw up all the rest of the cards in your deck, which are damage dealing ones that you've been pitching all game, and you actually go to town. Like, it's, I don't know. I don't play Ultimate Pit Fight. I just think it's a very cool mechanic. I think more, that's a second foil Majestic in a row. I think for PvE, especially Merchant, maybe even Alchemist and Bard will end up being the classes that... And an extended art, rare. This box has some really rare stuff in it. Last box of the case too. Yeah, I think PvE, Merchant, Bard, Alchemist may be the classes that are not competitive in the PvP scene, but required in PvE. You'll need like a support class to actually be able to So if you guys have watched my PvE video, I spoke to someone who actually played it in New Zealand. Because it was a calling, and then if you dropped early, which this guy did, you could go and play the PvE and try and win yourself a special promo. And you had 4 turns to deal 40 damage or something along those lines. Like, that's not actually easy to do without setup. And being able to draw cards for free like that, it's pretty big setup. So that's my opinion. I think it's a very, very good card. I think it's only not good because most of us are not playing PvE or Ultimate Pit Fight. And even if you are, those modes, the merchant class itself has not been properly fleshed out yet. It doesn't have all the support yet. We've literally only had 2 sets total with these heroes in them, so whoops. My thoughts, my rambling. Last pack of the last case. Bad beats and some rares. Cool. I will just move these to the side so I don't knock them over. And let's do case 2. See if we can't pull. I mean, a Fabled or a Bravo would be great. 2 legendaries in that case. Very, very good. Definitely above average. Mind you, I think the Skull Cap just sort of counts as a super rare Majestic, because it is in the Majestic slot at the back of the packs. Not where the Legendary and Fabled sit. I've yet to pull a... I've yet to personally pull the Bravo or the Grandeur. I've pulled them from my boxes, but I've had friends helping me open. Like, I would have pulled them if I opened it all myself, but, you know, try and share the love. And when you got so many, it's fun to share the load as well, because it's actually quite time-consuming opening a lot of cases. Not complaining, I'm just saying it's a quarter of the time when you have 4 people sitting around a table helping you out. Be cool to see if LSS have plans with these paper wraps. So if you're not aware, it's not confirmed. That's a cold foil. Healing potion. That's okay. Whoops, there. So right now, wait. Did I miss something? What have I done? That's definitely not cold foil. So was I just seeing things? Is that what happened? Yes, I was. Why did I think that was cold foil? Anyway, it's fine. We're fine. Move on. Someone will comment that I did miss something and I'll have to go hunt for it. So yeah, LSS have basically said that the paper flow wraps is something for Everfest and it's not necessarily coming in the next set. I don't know if that's logistics or cost. Foil Majestic, Nerves of Steel. But it'd be interesting to see if that's the case, if they like do pull it off and are able to just keep these flow wraps. I don't think there's any significant damage or wear on the cards compared to the plastic packs, I guess you'd call them. It's like some chrome metallic material when I touch it, but maybe it's plastic. Ooh, this one is rare. I've only ever seen 3 of these in cold foil. Maybe it's just my luck so far, but Talisman of Warfare was the one I waited the longest to see, is what I should say. But I think that's feedback they need from us as the consumers of the products, whether, let's say there's like a little bit more damage from the paper flow wraps. Is it worth, as a community, sticking with it and wanting it over wanting cards that like have a 10 grade on the corners? Because for me, I think it's better to just stick with the environmental double Majestic pack. I think it's better to stick with the environmentally friendly stuff. It's better for the future, for sure. I feel, you know, less guilty about chucking so much of it in the bin. It's biodegradable, or should be if it's made out of paper. So yeah, I personally wouldn't care if my cards never got graded 10s because of some damage from paper packs. So to me, oh, there we go. Another Vexing Cool Hand, cold foil. Yeah, that's how I think. So wait, is this? I don't know if I pulled that upside down or it was upside down in the box. Pulverized foil. I do not look forward to facing this card in a game. 14 damage, which is super hard to block. Like, think of how many cards you might have at any given time. You're really going to need like 2 defense reactions to stop it, plus armor. But if it hits, your next attack does 4 less damage. So the value is like 18. No, thank you. Did enjoy playing Icelander because I think I was playing against Benji and he... Ooh, another foil 100 wins. Playing against the Benji who decided to start setting up a big combo, and I did a Channel Lake Frigid from Arsenal, created a Frostbite, and put the Channel Lake into play. He had to pass turn. How cool is that? It was amazing, like completely stopping someone's turn from even occurring. Okay, why is that there? That is there. All right, last 4 packs. Box 1, case 2. I'm trying to go quick. As quick as I can. So let me know in the comments what you think of the lighting. If I did fix it, let me know what you pulled, how many boxes or cases you ended up getting. Did you just get this stuff to collect it, or are you looking to hold some and invest it, or I should say treat it as an investment, or was your main concern fleshing out your deck with some new cards? All right, box 2 from case 2. I've been sorting for the last couple of hours too, because, you know, so much open. If you just leave it, it builds up. So I've made a whole box of all the Majestics, foil Majestics, and cold foils. And then rares are in one big box, and then commons, I got crates of it. Some of it's going to an LGS, but if you're in Sydney, I prefer not to ship it. So if you want some bulk of Everfest, a lot of commons and rares, are happy to help. See, like, guys, we've opened a case and 2 boxes and only seen 1 Spectral Shield foil. Keep that in mind too. Some of those tokens are probably undervalued right now. People look at the rarity of the card sometimes, not the rarity of like how many boxes you need to open to see one. But I have not seen many of the tokens whatsoever. First little bounty. Second one. So I don't know if you've noticed, I'm having a quick peek at the pack from behind before pulling the cards, because Bravo sticks out like a sore thumb. If you've seen, you can't hide that bright colors and cold foiling. Definitely got to be my favorite part of Everfest was that they did that. I actually, when I saw the playmat, I immediately called that there would be like an extended art something, right? But what I thought it would be the normal Bravo. He might be called Bravo Star of the Show, but it's like the same hero with the same effect. It's just the like a carnival version. I think a lot of people thought that we might see carnival versions of heroes. This is maybe a bit better. It's a new hero with 0 living legend points that people can now start to play. So I guess the risk of adding a hero of the old version is that set comes out, but maybe within a few months hits living legend status and no one really gets to enjoy it, and you don't see it on streams at nationals and stuff. This will be cool. Cannot wait to see the flamboyant version of Bravo on a stream at nationals or calling or something. That'd be cool. Alright, how are we going? Boring box so far. This is very crew-esque in opening, where you can have absolutely mental boxes and then have entire boxes with very low rarity stuff. I like it. I think it has a lot to do with the... Okay, that's a good pack. Speaking of, foil majestic, cold foil post amulet right behind it. Yeah, crew first is definitely similar feeling to this. Full art slice and dice. I love these two. I love that they added some rarities, like chase cards. People want playsets of them for sure. I don't think they'll end up being like super valuable because it's like, it's a foil rare, right? But a lot of people, if they had to pick, are probably going to want their playset with the full art. Second last pack. Box 2, case 2. Shimmers. Whoops, skipping ahead there. Alright. Vexing. Cool, and is that everyone gonna be playing that? Create 2 Runechant tokens. It's an action. If it was an instant, I think it would be pretty freaking strong. I don't know how it works with other stuff in like a Viscerai deck where you create more Runechants. I guess it does interact well with all those cards that if you created a Runechant this turn. But I don't know if it's better than the current Runeblade gloves. Never played a Runeblade. Maybe that's what I should do. Maybe I should talk to Hayden and learn Viscerai, huh? That might be... Actually, someone was playing Viscerai last night too. That was one of the heroes in the pool. I think that was the only Runeblade in the pool. Our local chain player wasn't around, and really no one in our group plays Briar. Like often. Which is nice. I mean, I think she's... You can handle her these days, but still quite a strong champion hero. What have we got? That's the foil and our Krakens. So that's what I was playing with on Icelander. Testing it out. Oh, here we go. Signal Jammer and a cold foil behind it. But see, no, we didn't get the last card is not spicy. So here's my thoughts on this weapon. When I played against people with no arcane barrier, it is absolutely mental. Because you're pretty much doing 1 damage for free, but more importantly, getting rid of a blue in your hand that you may not want. A bit like Crown of Seeds. So let's say you've got a potion, you have nowhere to play it this turn. It's a great way to just get rid of that potion, deal a damage, and then draw a card and hopefully pull something better. When people did run Arcane Barrier, my thought was, well, they're going to have to pitch to stop it, right? So it's still valuable. The problem is you've pitched, so you've gotten rid of a card in your hand. They've pitched, but if you're doing it on their turn, they just keep going, but you've got 1 less card to play with, to block with and stuff. So I think it's an extremely powerful weapon. What I need to work out is when to play it. As in, I'm gonna play it in the deck. I need to learn the timing of when is it worth playing and when not. The obvious one is playing it when they've used all their resources, or, you know, I was just sort of using it on my turn and their turn every time. I think there's probably a better way to do that. Sigil of Parapets. It's a very strong card for Kano, because pretty much you can play that as a reaction to something. It doesn't take an, you know, it's not an instant or anything, but then you can go and pop off doing your Kano stuff and it builds up defense. I believe that works as every card you play adds 2. If you have a big Kano turn on their turn, is that a Kraken? No, it's a Stalagmite. Whew. So we've pulled all 3 legendaries in these 2 cases. Look at that. Centering is terrible if I was thinking of grading it, but very cool to see. So yeah, I'm gonna play more games. It's how you get better at this stuff. And I really like how Icelander plays. That little bit of ice fatigue is great, especially with, you can control the timing by using it in Arsenal. So if you have a channel like Frigid in Arsenal, you can just wait till you know that they're trying to do a big turn and just stop it completely. But you're not just stopping it completely, you can wait till their strong card is on the board, like a, what's a strong card? Like a Lumina Ascension for Bolton, right? So he's already committed the card, and then you stop the turn. So he also, like the player against you, I'm saying he as in Bolton, not he as in the player. Bolton can't, or the player can't finish the turn necessarily, right? It becomes too expensive, but they've committed the card, so it goes into graveyard. And in Blitz, is very strong because you don't really have like 20 different combos in most classes. It's usually 1 or 2 big cards. Like, I think I did it against someone that played a E-Strike. Played an E-Strike, gave it Go Again. I popped, what's the one that says cannot gain Go Again? Blizzard or Ice Winter's Bite? Winter's Bite? Whichever one it is. Extremely strong because it works against Ninja. They go Kadachi, and then you can't have Go Again. And if they don't discard, so either they got to have a much smaller turn, or they literally stop their turn after doing Kadachi for 1, which is annoying and frustrating. And you're playing it at instant speed, so even if they know it's in your deck, you surprise them. Speaking of he and she, curious about the few females that watch this channel. According to YouTube, there's a very, very small amount of you. Do most of you play? Do you watch, like, is this just card opening porn? What's the... And something was mentioned, like, the other day in our little play group, about like getting new people into the game, and possibly, you know, there's definitely a high, and I'm talking generically here, not every group, every country, every city, just what you see is there's mainly guys that play. So girls that are in or watching this, possibly, do you like, is it intimidating? Have you had bad experiences? What's like, if what I'm trying to say is, if you're a girl that enjoys the content, likes the game, but don't play in a local group, why? What stops you? This is the last box we'll open, guys. We'll see. We've pulled the 3 legendaries, which is great. I don't know if we'll pull anything else. I mean, the Bravo or the Fable would be great. If we did that, this would be the best case, right? If you could get Bravo, like if you got every one of the top cards, but sorry, obviously it's 2 cases, right? But I'm just saying, If you could get all of the top cards from 2 cases. What's this? Really? Okay. Like, look at that. If that was just a foil majestic, bingo, and a skull cap. Another skull cap. So both cases had, you know, let's not hide the stalagmite with the skull cap, right? It's, yeah, right, that's better. Both cases had a skull cap and another legendary. That's crazy. That's great. We're halfway through the box. Thanks for hanging out if you've been here the whole time. I haven't been doing the pricing for my unboxing videos. It's not that it takes a lot of time, even though it does take a lot of time. I wanted to move away from it. There's a few reasons. Tell me if you really miss it, and I might consider bringing it back. But I feel like putting a dollar value on a card, first of all, is hard and inaccurate, and the pricing changes, right? Maybe I'll do it for some of the more high-end, like if I open an alpha box here at home, I might show you the EV, but I think it takes away a little bit from the excitement of actually opening something rare, because I'm not necessarily, okay, basically, you never really make money opening boxes. Like, although I've had videos where the EV was positive, most of the time it's negative EV. Second, if you're opening, see, only one foil frostbite in that 2 cases, and a cold foil talisman of tithes. But yeah, I just feel like it's not, I don't know if it's why people usually watch. And I think if you're super curious about the values of something, they're very easy to find out. But people are usually only curious about like 2 or 3 cards that were open, not the entire box. But if I'm wrong, if I'm mistaken, if you guys miss seeing the numbers pop up and the sounds and stuff, it's doable. Everfest right now. You know, the EV's weird because, there we go, Fall Majestic. Also, I did used to use Kitchen Table TCG spreadsheet, and I've had some, I don't think it's accurate, and I don't like misinforming people, so if I don't trust the source, it is harder to use. Like, the spreadsheet was easier to use than some other places to get pricing. But if it's not accurate, what's the point, right? Guys, that's the video. We did really well, I think. 4 legendaries, like we got the main 2. 12 foil majestics. It's not bad. That's 6 a case. So overall, I'm pretty happy. That's a sick, and obviously the 2 cold foil majestics on top. I'll sign off. See you guys soon.
Thank you for watching Fluke Box. Please subscribe for more content.